What's up, people? Hello. How are we? How you guys doing today? What's up, Aging? How's it going? Thanks for coming in. What's up, Skip? Like I said, thanks for coming in. It's definitely a low-key day on my end. Sports jacket over the weekend from Goodwill. Sell a fly. Okay. But yeah, like I said, it's definitely a very chill day for me. Like I'm just energy's kind of low, but I wanted to do something. But that's why I'm not doing the next page. That's why we're not continuing with this page, because I'm out of it. And so I figured I'd do something that was fun. I mean, not that the comic pages isn't fun, but I'm really trying to make sure I do a good job with that, you know. So I'm trying. I mean, that's kind of a stupid thing to say. Like I'm not trying to do a good job with this either, but it's I think comic book pages is a little bit harder than doing a character illustration, so that makes sense, you know. Also caught myself on all update Illustrator. Maybe the last 20 years since I was a well, I bet they put in a couple updates to help you with that being better. That's funny.
Do we have a list of names? Maybe we could make Daddy pick one.
Why are you trying to make me pick between those very interesting designs?
Wait, I have something to show you. Okay.
Very interesting designs.
You know what? For my birthday stream, we should make Daddy do one.
Oh, you suck.
Would
so
you do
much.
that? You should do that. Instead of playing Roblox, we draw one of Farron's characters.
I would do that for you.
Okay, so this is Farron's spider character. You see?
It's not a spider. And why do they have bones?
I don't know. Okay, so what do you think if I use this body type?
You just make it really big. I mean, it would be interesting.
Not like the Roblox, like an actual spider with a human head. You know, right now I've come to the conclusion there's a reason Farron doesn't want me to draw their characters. I always critique them by making them really stupid. I'm not getting paid. Pay somebody if you want work done the right way.
Well, if you want work done and nobody's doing anything, you know, like, oh, you're the client, so, you know.
Can you not search like on what's it called Pinterest? Is that Pinterest?
Ooh, Pinterest. I like Pinterest. Pinterest is
I
fun.
don't have a Pinterest account. Can you believe that?
What?
I've never been on
Okay.
Pinterest in my whole life.
Here's the thing about Pinterest. It is a black hole.
Yeah.
It is a black hole that goes deep, deep, deep. Because you will pick something, you're like, ooh, I'm gonna look, you type in like character designs or Aquaman or whatever, right? And you're like, oh, that's cool. You say make a little folder of Aquaman. You're like, oh, that's fun. And that's cool. And then it makes a suggestion
Yeah.
for something else. You're like, ooh, that's pretty too. And then next thing you know, 3 hours are gone, and you're like, what have I been doing this whole time?
It's artist TikTok.
Yes, it's crazy. I have to limit myself because I will sit there and be like, oh yes, and that's cool, and that's cool, ooh, and that's cool, and that's cool, and it's been 2 hours.
Mo knows your pain.
It's a hard thing to deal with, but I've come up with another. I mean, nobody seems to really. Not too many people care about the 100-day thing. Although I'm gonna do it, I've realized that most people care about it as a short.
Yeah.
Like they'll watch. Like I'm getting consistent numbers. It still hasn't gone beyond the 400. It's still like
But it's better than 12.
It's better than 12, right? And so I'm like, okay. So if I do these as shorts, right? Because I want to do it anyway. I want to draw. I want to get more sketchbooks done and stuff like that. And I'm like, all right, cool. I'm going to do this, and then it's loaded up as a short. And they're fairly easy. Record it, put it up, easy. Don't have to do much. And then I can focus on doing stuff like this. But what I want to do is do another 100-day challenge where I draw the inspiration from Pinterest. Like, here's my Ninja Empire folder. I'm literally gonna draw.
That would be really cool. And then if they wanted like the voiceover, you could like be like, oh well, I saved it because I liked like this aspect of it, or I want to incorporate this into this like story. People are like, I want the voiceover back.
Yeah, like this is why I did this. This is why this one's cool. Yeah, that's it. Yippee! Let's see, I'm sorry. I was pointing out that it's very frustrating for students to assume everything they need to know when life doesn't work that way. Now I went from 2D animator to 3D sculptor painter over the last 17 years. Yep. We worked, and he'd been working as a teacher since I was one of his first students. Wait, also Hernandez just got, what, okay. Missed one. Also, Hernandez just got hit with the knowledge that he's been a teacher for 17 years talking about students. Realizing that you've been doing something for a long time, it's eye-opening, I tell you. Because you're just like, wait, what? Have I really? And you're like, yeah, man, it's been that long. Yep.
Also got here the two angelic angel being
I know. It's like, I know, that's the thing. Like I had that epiphany a while ago when I was doing a bio, and they're like, all right, we need your bio. And I was like, oh, okay, I've been, I looked and I was like, wait a minute, that number's not right anymore. And then I had to literally think about it. It's like, wait, when did I start? Oh my goodness, it's been, oh wow. It's fun sometimes though, I have to admit though. I'm like, oh my goodness, I've been teaching. I mean, I've been teaching since 2005. So next year is going to be 20 years. What?
Who is Travis?
How do you not know who you are? What?
So something like he died and he only remembers.
Oh, this is his character. Oh, okay. This is Farron's character. I don't care. I was like, wait a minute. They were talking about a person and they forgot who they are? What?
Like, you
Wait,
don't know-
what?
You don't know the lore. You don't know the Farron lore.
I don't exactly know the lore because it seems very convoluted.
Yeah, I don't know the lore either. What do I know? Yeah.
What color is that? It's really light. This one? Is this one? Okay.
You know, you kind of like Farron lore.
How's everyone doing today? I mean, it's been a rough couple days for me. But I mean, today has sapped all my energy a long time ago. So that's why I'm trying to. I've come to realize that doing watercolor has become something more therapeutic than anything I thought it would be, and it's fun trying to be able to do that. So I have to really be thankful to Tyler.
What'd you say? Sorry. Huh?
No, I'm saying that I have to be very thankful to you because I've come to find out that doing watercolor is very therapeutic for me. Like, it's very calming, especially in the style that I am currently doing, because if it's messy, it's okay, right? And so I can make a mess and then be like, yeah, it's alright, we'll be fine. Yeah, pretty happy. Wait, see above, new skip. Wait, what? Did I miss it? Oh, ooh, that's fun. I like that. As a result of that. Nice. It should, but I mean, I'm gonna be 100% honest. You know, when it's a job, and this is what Tyler is trying to avoid with his art, is that sometimes it becomes a job, and then it's no longer therapeutic, and it's just like, oh my goodness, I gotta get this done.
Yeah, they're disabled, but not really.
Oh gosh, okay, I don't know if you guys can hear the conversation that's happening about the things that my young artists, my son and daughter have to deal with working with a client. It's really funny how they're working with someone, sort of.
No, Mo is working with someone. I have been disregarded. I'm not quality artist.
They are working with a client who is one of those clients. You all know one of those clients. And what makes it even funnier, or not funny, but just normal, is that it's a friend. Right? It's a friend. No, see, that's the thing, because they don't want to listen, so they're doing the whole it's a friend thing, and we don't need money, and it's gonna be all right. And now they're dealing with all this stupid, and I'm like, nah, that's what you get for not listening. And now the client is frustrating.
Oh my god, why is he so angry?
And so it's very funny to watch, especially because it is like I said, it's one of those things that you have to learn. Generally, working with friends doesn't work.
Whoa, what in the Karen?
right? Unless you treat it, you're like, look, I understand it's a business and whatnot, you know, and the other person knows it's a business. And while you might give a little discount here and there or something because they are, you know, you're like, look, you're a friend, so I'm not going to charge full price, even though your friends are the ones who should be paying full price because they know, you know. And it's like, nah, man, I understand. But whatever the case may be, as you're, you know, building your business and dealing with people and whatnot. But like I said, there's a limit, especially when they're poopy. It's called artwork for a reason, no matter how therapeutic it's supposed to be. Yep. One of the worst things you can do with friends is get money involved. I agree, but not if it's, you're like, look, you want something done, and therefore, you know, I needs to get paid. I think as long as you put it up front, right? As long as it's established at the very beginning that this is what's going to happen, then there really shouldn't be a problem. But what I've realized is that people don't talk about it, right? They won't talk about it. And then all of a sudden they're like, I should be getting paid because you're frustrating as hell. And they're like, well, we never talked about money, right? And now this person's angry that you asked for money, and you're angry because they keep asking for revisions. It's just a pain. So that's my big thing. Or those who basically throw money at knowing business I have. Exactly.
Now, who did you decide you were going to draw today? So you don't want to do it?
Clearly. But you're not doing that. You can't do that, Mo. You can't just completely detach yourself from the character when you're working as their character artist. Me with a ballcoin design I worked on when I was in the Navy. Yep. I think the money thing is because people don't know how to manage money or frank conversations with their friends. Yeah, I think the frank conversation is a big thing. Like, they don't want to talk about it, right? Because they're like, oh, they're my friends, they'll take care of me. And the other one's going, oh, they're my friends, I don't have to pay them as much. You know, that's the thing. It's like, because non-artists look at artists as though they're just having fun, right? Like, that's all they're doing. It's like, oh, you're just having fun, so we're good, right? Like, I don't need to pay you a lot because you're just having fun. This is therapeutic for you, so you're having a good old time. And it's like, yeah, but I still need to eat. You're not supposed to do that. I don't. You guys can't hear the commentary, can you?
How can we not hear it?
I don't know. They probably can. I don't know. I'm just saying. Can you guys hear them? You gotta know your worth. You gotta know your talent and your worth. Yep. I mean, I'm actually starting to upgrade. Yeah, they can't hear you. But Skip says barely.
Barely.
Yeah. I think knowing your worth is important, and then going, and not being afraid to tell someone, it's like, that's how much this costs. Like, if you want it, great. If you don't, great. But also living with the consequence if you're too expensive that nobody wants to pay for it. Like that. That's also something you gotta consider. But I know that I'm raising my prices because I'm like, you know what? If I was to do a commission, it would cost this much money, right? And that's at the convention. And then I spent this much time with, on this piece, it should be this much, right? And instead, we are actually catering to the buyer, which is, obvious, right? Like we're catering to the buyer. So if I do a sketch cover and I put a full character on there, right? Full character, and it took me, I don't know, hours, because it's nice and clean, and I erased all the marks. I've been working really hard on it, right? And it's like, well, that shouldn't be, people are like, oh, well, that's between $60 and $100, and it's like, it should be way more, because like I said, if I do a commission on the spot, 9 by 12 commission on the spot, and I tell you, oh, well, it's gonna be $200, then if I do it at home, right, where I'm literally spending hours making it, perfecting it, trying to make sure that it's nice and clean and all that stuff, why am I gonna charge a fraction of the amount just because you think that it's not worth it, right? And like I said, the hard part about it is you being willing to stick to your guns, right? Like, no, it costs this much money, even though you're hurting, right? You're like, oh, well, they didn't buy my sketch cover because they say it's too expensive. And you're like, well, I don't agree, right? And then you have to live with that. But it should also force you into a business sense where you go, okay, this is too much. I haven't found the right clientele for what I want for this, right? For how much that's going to cost. So I need to have something that'll fit the other clientele, right? This is too expensive, so let me make sure I have something on the table that is $60 that I'm okay with, going, yeah, no, oh, that's too expensive, that's cool, this is $60, right? Still good quality, but maybe it was something you did at the convention, so it didn't take as long. So, or you didn't go back. Like, I double ink everything. Because, I ink and then I put colors over top of it, and then all of a sudden the ink fades. So it's like, all right, well, because I want my stuff pops. And so since my whole thing is about how my colors pop and stuff like that, I can't have my inks looking all weak. So I go back and I ink over it. Right? And so now it's like, all right, well, crap. I should be compensated for that because I'm doing a lot of work to make it look as amazing as possible. So I'm upping my prices, and we're gonna see what happens because, well, first off, they're not really selling anyway, so I'm hoping that when someone looks at it, they'll be like, oh, okay, the one-of-a-kind original, yeah. So, yeah. You're welcome. If I had $1 for every time someone metaphorically had their eyes bug out when I point out the animation sculpture needs to cost. Oh yeah, single illustration. Oh, come on. I mean, and I totally get that, right? Because people just think that because they don't know, right? And the problem is that the people who can educate them don't, right? Because they're trying to go, oh well, but I want their money. Right? And so since they want people's money,
they want money.
They're not going to be like, oh, yeah, no, of course, it costs this much to make something like that. They won't do it. right? So we effectively are shooting ourselves in the foot. And what's funny, which the experiment that I'm really, really excited to see, is because I'm doing watercolors now, right? I wonder if people are going to look at this and go, oh wow, look at that, it's a painting, it's all watercolor, ooh, pretty, blah, 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 blah. And then when I go, oh yeah, one of these is $100, right? And they'll go, oh yeah, that's good, that's cool, I understand that, $100, not a problem, right? But I had stuff that was not a watercolor and it was just pure marker, and I go, oh, that's $100, and like, it's too much. You need to get on that alternative content, so I want that. I know, man. That's what I have going on right now. Make people buy all that extra stuff. So many cons there. Once you have a dedicated clientele, yeah. In fact, I just had 2 people ask if my permissions were open for the, yeah. I mean, and that's the thing, like, if you're willing to wait and work and all that kind of good stuff, you know? So, and that's the thing, like, I'm very, very excited about this my new journey, to tell you the truth, because I'm ready. This is like, I'm ready. So, we're gonna see. And, you know, the best part is that, hey, if it doesn't work, guess what? You can always drop your prices. Right? You can always come back and be like, all right, well, that experiment didn't work. And now I'm going to drop my prices again because I want money. Yep. So. So, I got a question about y'all's angels and stuff. Are they regular people? Because it sounds like, oh, they like studying and going. And it's like, are they angels or are they humans?
They're angels, but they have human forms, and they also have another form. And actually, their natural form is a ball with wings that glows.
What?
And it's their true color. And I don't understand why that matters or why that exists. And
It's like, wait, what?
I don't understand anything about their story. And they're the worst kind of, they're like, come on, critique me. And then you're like, hey, I have a genuine question. And there's a huge plot hole in your story. Well, it's because I'm still writing it. I don't know.
Do it.
I was like, well, how am I supposed to critique your work if when I want to understand something about your work, you're just telling me, well, it's not done yet, duh.
Of course.
I was like, well, then I can't help you if it's not done.
It's not done.
Come
Duh.
back when it's done.
He's like, oh.
Okay, guys, I added an extra pair of legs. Should the legs be bones too, or should only the one be bones?
It should only be the one. Make them special.
Okay, should they be arms or legs?
Should be arms so they can be like the death touch.
So they should have 6 arms and 2 legs.
Yeah, it's so that they can have like the death touch. Like it's important. That's the other thing with non-artists. So many details that don't matter because they never come up with the story, and the audience will never see it. That's true. I mean, I have a whole entire book of stuff that I'm pretty sure nobody's gonna see. Right? They're just not gonna see it because that information is for backstory and all that kind of good stuff. So you're not gonna see it. But
You should draw like the toughing girl, like the girl eating her curds and legs.
what?
What's her name? And the spider came and she threw her fork.
Oh my goodness. And I know the whole rest of the thing too. It's like sat on her tuffet, eating her curds and whey. Oh my goodness, what is her name? Mary. Oh, I'm like Mary Muppet. That's not a thing. Little Miss Muffet. Muffet. Little Miss Muffet. Little Miss Muffet. My goodness. That was bad. That was definitely a senior moment right there if I've ever had one. God. That was bad. That was bad, everybody. Welcome to my life. That was bad. Practice. Yeah, well, good luck. Also, doesn't Tyler have Google? Yes, Tyler does have Google. But Tyler's phone is currently being occupied for a phone visit with another one of my super children. So that's where that went. So I understand. But I mean, there was an old person in the room, so I should have known that nursery rhyme. Yes, definitely Little Miss Muffet. Excuse me. All right, now we're going in with Little Dark Red. You're a Muppet. What? No. I don't know what you're talking about. No. I think you're going crazy. Your internet people? Yeah, maybe. Or am I a Muppet? I've never heard. I wish I could help you, but I can't. So what are you guys working on today? You doing anything? Or are you just relaxing? Oops, even. Oh, snap. I should take random progress pictures now that I haven't done that at all. Setting up 2D rigs for a friend's birthday gift. Nice. We take these progress pictures for some reason, like, hey, guess what? I know I haven't recorded the whole process, but that's okay. Link me on Discord, sweetness. There it is. 5 rigs for this one. Ooh.
Why'd you make a mess, man?
Nice. I like that one. Skip, that was awesome. I like that how you added like the extra clips in there. That was great. I like that one. Okay, I don't know what just happened, but okay. Wow. It's horrible. Just in short body rigs. Nice, okay. Sounds like an excuse. Me? Oh. There's no way, to my knowledge. Some change between rigs, so I have to go through the manual changes in various alt costumes. You know, if anyone could find it, it's gonna be you though. Costumes for existing characters. But like I said, I'm pretty sure if anyone can figure out how to make that happen, it's gonna be you. Sure. You kiddies like that.
You should draw a Skibidi toilet.
Isn't it just a toilet with a head coming out of it?
Yeah.
I did that already. You guys made me do that.
You did it as a ninja? Or you
No.
did draw it?
No, I just drew it. I was like, this is weird, but okay.
I didn't say just draw a Skibidi toilet. I can just draw a Skibidi toilet.
What, you want a ninja Skibidi toilet?
Yes. That made me so happy.
You want the weirdest thing.
Okay.
What are you trying to say? So what? It's like,
If everybody were normal, then the world would be boring.
that's true. You got a good point there.
Sometimes I can.
You are intelligent. Defense, he did mention ninjas. My bad. My bad. I'm glad he mentioned it. My bad. My fault.
Okay. Now let's see. I don't know what
Like I said, I'm a little out of it.
that's. Yeah, this is the greatest drawing I've ever seen.
Uh,
You're gonna be like, wow. How should I not reach it? I know. You didn't post it.
I know. Didn't post it like you're supposed to.
It's definitely an atomic this stuff, this stupid like pimple or rash or something on my chin. It itches so bad.
Sorry.
It's so gross. I just got it the other day. I think it's a blister actually.
Ooh. All right. Angie. I shouldn't be getting so much joy out of hearing the frustration that's happening. But I guess that's what makes me an evil guy, because I think that's hilarious.
Floor. Oh, floor. I thought you said the floor. I was like, why are you talking about the floor?
I thought you said the lore. I was like, the lore, of course, the lore. What the heck was that?
Yeah, you might have to pull the meat right there and just say question mark.
Those were sentences that made.
Yeah, those were
Kind of what it has before.
I
Nice.
wouldn't go as far to say those are sentences.
Okay, that's fair. They were definitely words.
Hands back.
Well, my thing is like, wait a minute, their hands were back and they like that and it's okay? It's like, wait,
That's what I was saying. I was like,
what?
what is that?
It's like, excuse me? Oh, you know what? They are my favorite kind of client too, where they think they're like, I know what I'm talking about, and then they'll tell you, it's like, well, I'm a writer or something like that, and you're like, well, if you actually wrote something, I'm sure we'd all be on the same page. Yeah, because I had this person, he was like, I'm a writer. We had worked on a project beforehand with someone else, and they liked the work that I did, and they're like, all right, cool, I want to work with you on my own project. And I was like, all right, cool. And they gave me the description, like, well, we want to start with character designs. I'm like, all right, cool. Worked out a contract that I was okay with, and kill fees and all that kind of good stuff in it. And then and they're like, all right, so we want to create a good guy. I'm like, all right, cool. And they're like, it's a detective. I'm like, okay. Think old school detective. I'm like, all right, I'm with you. And then like, they have a robotic arm, but it's not a robotic arm, right? But they lost their arm, but they have a robotic arm. And I'm like, well, what are you thinking about robotic arm? You said old school and stuff like that. They're like, oh, just normal robotic arm. So I gave them all these designs, and the one that I was really ecstatic about was the one that was, the robot arm was really big and bulky, like he was a detective, but it's one of those ones that you see in movies where it's just really bad detective. They don't have a lot of work and stuff like that. So this robot arm was like all janky and messed up, and I made a Swiss Army knife out of it. Like his arm would rotate and give him like, really cool stuff to help him be an awesome detective and stuff like that. And he was like, oh, dude, man, are you sure you're not an engineer? It's like, wow, that's way too much, and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, well, what do you want? And then we went back and forth for a while, still didn't give me anything, and then eventually sends me a picture of a prosthetic arm. And I was like, so you want a prosthetic arm? Like, the ones that we have right now in everyday land, like that's what you want? It's like, yeah. It's like, well, then that's all you had to say. Like, that's all I'm like, okay. And then they're like, and his hair is very distinct. I'm like, okay. And I was like, what what are you thinking? And he's like, I don't know, something modern. Like, what the hell does that mean? What does that mean, something modern? For who? For what? Is it something that I think would fit with an old school? old school detective, down on his luck, shaggy hair, really messed up. You know, I'm like, whatever. And so I gave him all these haircuts, like different haircuts and all this stuff. Nope, that's not it. Nope, think like this. Nope, think like that. And then I was like, can you send me a picture of what you're thinking? Because from your description, that's not, you're not giving me enough information. And then he sends me the typical douchebag haircut. And I was like, all you had to do was say douchebag haircut. Right? The look, when you're like, oh, you're a douchebag. You're right, like, so that's all you had to do. You just had to tell me that that's what you wanted and we would have been cool. Okay. Well, and I'm still working and working. We get to the end of our, like, agreed upon amount of pages, and we still haven't nailed down the main character, and he's like, I don't think we're seeing eye to eye on this, you know? And I'm like, all right, cool. He's like, how about we do a villain? How about we do the main villain? And I'm like, all right, cool. Villains are my jam. Like, that's, I'm all about the villains. And the guy goes, all right, so I want you to think evil scientist. I'm like, okay, evil scientist, got you. In a butcher's apron, okay? And a meat cleaver. I was like, so you want a butcher? Like, you pretty much described a butcher. And he's like, yeah, but he's a mad scientist. I'm like, okay, well, what makes him a mad scientist? Like, what about his look makes him a mad scientist? He's like, well, I mean, he's a mad scientist. And I'm like, that is not helping whatsoever. And so I made all these, like, different characters and stuff like that. I'm like this. And then we got to the point to where we were both frustrated. And then he writes me, in order to, like, he's like, we're going to go ahead and kill the project because we thought we'd be further along and blah, blah. I'm like, that's fine, great, because I was going to kill it myself because this is painful. Then this fool writes me this long, eloquent letter with hyper details about how I sucked at the project and how if I did something better, you know, if I worked a different way, it'd be better and we get further on. I was like, if you wrote this in your descriptions, we would have had 1 million characters, but apparently you only know how to write when you're trying to tear someone down. So it's like, you know what? I'm like, I don't care because my contract was solid. I had a kill fee. He had to pay me extra money because he didn't want to work with me anymore. It was awesome. That's how you make those work. You're like, screw that. Make sure you do. You're gonna have to pay me. Chicago.
That's the only Chicago I watch.
I don't know. You could have drawn the original. I mean, I think that I glanced over there. And like, that's creepy though. That's so good.
I'm so goated, Farron. See, Farron should have faith in me.
Like, that's really good. It's creepy.
Okay. Sometimes I feel like a grandpa in here for you.
What? Nah. Looking forward to students emailing me asking about the function of some programs they forgot about because they just think of whatever plans. Yeah. I want my characters to have the thing with the thing on it, and that thing needs to be awesome, more awesome than that character from that franchise where they took. And then I'm like, do you see with those clients? I'm like, do you trust me? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, all right, cool, just go away. I was like, cool, just go away. I'll take care of it. Just go away. Because at that point, I just deliver what I think is awesome. I'm like, check this out. They're like, oh, that's freaking sick. I'm like, yeah.
Ready now? Are you ready?
See, that's what I said.
Thank you. Yes, do you think I should show this to her? Do you think I should take a picture and color this out more?
I mean, I think you should definitely do that, but I don't know if you should. I don't know if you need to. I don't know if you.
I think Farron might unfriend me.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't think you need to show them that because they might get super offended. But it's freaking awesome. The problem there is that clients don't actually scout the right artist for the project. I agree with that. They just see something they like and they're like, oh, this would be great for what I'm doing. It's like, no, not really.
But the thing about like Farron stuff is they are like, oh, I want humanoid things. And like, actually, I want to have really unhuman features. And then it's like, I don't actually want to tie them together. I just want them to kind of work. And you have to deal with it. Like, that person I showed you, would you ever get to a fight?
No. Thought they were just a weird forearm person. May I have one?
Yeah, of course. It kind of tastes funny. Like, some of them taste real weird. So.
Tastes like what they would normally taste like to me.
No, I'm just saying, like, some of them taste kind of weird. Well, how's your thing going? Did you get Farron to decipher
Yeah.
your
You're right. And it's really funny when you're like, I don't see your vision. Because I was working with this one client out in New York, and they had a specific vision that they really wanted to do, and I'm like, I don't see it. I'm not the right one for you. And it's always funny. I had one person that got directed to me. It was hilarious, and they were like, hey, we're looking for an artist, and we really like your work, right? And I'm doing ninja stuff. There's all kinds of ninja stuff on my table. And they're like, yeah, we really think it would be work. You know, we want a black artist. I'm like, that's cool. We really like your work. That's cool. And they're like, we're working on a historical non-fiction comic. I'm like, now what part of my table made you think that I was the right person for that?
Was it famous for historical nonfiction about ninjas?
It wasn't. It was about slavery.
Of course they wanted a black.
Yeah, and I'm like, and on top of that, I'm like, bruh, I don't want to talk about. I don't want to have to put in 80 pages of slavery artwork. Like, I don't want to do that.
That's not your thing.
No, it really isn't. I'm like, nah, that's not what I want to do at all. I mean, forgive me for, I don't even know, but it's like, yeah, no,
I don't want to do that.
I don't want to do that. I'm waiting for the next person to come in and be like, oh, Kaiser, I see that. I want to do this Nazi book. I'm like, yeah, no, I don't want to do that either. I'm like, that's not my jam.
So weird.
You'd be surprised.
It
Just,
is perfect for historical.
you're just like, I'm good. I don't need that. Don't need that in my life. Thank you. And then it's always funny because they seem like they'll get offended because they're like, but and it's normal, and I gotta admit, it's normally black people who are looking for black artists to do black things, and I'm like, that's cool. But then when you tell them, I'm like, yeah, that's not me. They're like, but it's a black thing. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, I get it, but I'm not the one you want doing that. And every artist should know themselves too, like that's not gonna be anything I'm gonna take, remote joy in doing. And sometimes you take the job because you know that it's like, man, this will help, right? Further my career, or, it's like, oh, this is something, and you take the job, but you're not necessarily having fun with it because you're like, oh, this is a job. I need to get through this. Right? So, black thing? Yeah, I mean, come on now. You don't act like you haven't had someone roll up to you just because you're black and they're black, and then it's like, hey, you should work on this project because we black. And it's like, no. Because if you haven't, man, I'm happy for you, because that's the weird, it's hard because they're like, hey, you know, we should support each other. And I'm like, yeah, I get that. But that doesn't mean that I don't want to do that. I'm sorry, man. I don't want to do this. Online, yes. Otherwise, no. Yeah, I've got it in person. I've got it at AwesomeCon a couple times. I also got the, hey, man. Hey, brother. Come buy my book. Because, you know, we need to support each other. Come on, cuz. And I'm like, and I'm like, you know what? Okay, fine. Are you gonna buy my? How about we do an exchange? You're gonna buy my book, right? Like, you give me your book, I'll give you my book. Yours is $10, mine's $10. Let's just exchange, right? There's no need. And he's like, oh, you know what, man? I can't buy no book and blah blah. I'm like, oh wait, so you want me to buy yours, but you're not gonna come and buy mine? And it's like, yeah. Yeah. He's like, yeah, I buy their book first. Well, my thing is, like, for the most part, and I'm very honest with people too, when they're like, hey man, you want to buy my book? It's like, nah, not really. It's like, I really don't, because if I was gonna if I was gonna buy your book in the first place, I'd stop by and buy your book.
Yeah.
Like that was gonna be the thing anyway. And you can stop me, right? You can be the one who stops me. It's like, yo man, check out my book. I worked really hard on this, blah 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 blah, whatever, right? And that's cool. That's cool. I appreciate that, right? We're all working hard and stuff like that. Not a problem. But don't look at me like I'm supposed to buy it. I might not like what you have. And that's just all there is to that. You know, like, that's cool, but I don't want this book on slavery. You know, it's like that's just not the content that I want to consume. So sorry. You know, and then they get offended. Like, can't believe this fool didn't buy my stuff. I'm like, look, I know. I'm the guy who's keeping us down. Just me. I'm the problem. Mo just was like, I'm good. This is a heavy topic. I don't like it.
What was that disgusting from your phone?
I think a lot of people have trouble getting out of their own head when it comes to why people might not like their book. And so, I mean, yeah, that's true. But I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. I mean, if I look at your book, like, you can get away with a lot more if I'm kind of interested in the content you have. Like, your artwork might not be top notch and stuff like that, but I'm like, you know what? That's an interesting little concept. I want to know how you told that story, right? But if I don't care about your story in the first place, you're gonna have to wow me with something special. Like, I did it all in watercolor, or this is all crayon, or, you know, like, you're gonna have to give me something. And for the most part, that doesn't happen. So I'm like, I'm sorry, man.
Did you do? Here's what I do usually. I'll just go on the post and I'll trace it over with the touch-up tool on your phone and with the simple shapes, so you can see the simple shapes and try and make them.
And sometimes, you know, and that's the thing, like, when people come by mine, it's like, oh, that's really cool. It's like, thanks. but then they walk away and it's like, okay, it wasn't good enough, right? But I'm not going, oh. Yeah, I'm
That's one thing I never got. Because it's different if I walk and you come and you're like, hey, come over, like, let me tell you about your thing. And I say that's really cool because you know how we're like, I don't care.
Yeah.
You walk away. Like, that's a courtesy thing.
Yeah.
But if you come and you ask
Yeah.
questions and you interact and then you tell me how cool it is, like, walk away, that's weird.
yeah. I'm like, why'd you do that? Like,
They're like, just leave.
are you trying to boost my ego by telling me it looks cool? I'm like, I don't care.
Just come up to you and say, wow, this is really cool, and then just leave. They
Creative
don't buy
ones
it,
are
they don't
clearly
support you,
better
they don't
than the
care.
other.
It's like, wow, this is really cool, and then they leave. You're like,
I think I may have a stream where I read all of the independent comics that I've supported. Oh, nice.
It's really awesome. I will not support you.
Very cool. I think a lot of people, yeah, okay. Like, I've had peeps offer an art trade and not realize that they are nowhere near my level as an artist, and as such, it's less of a trade and more me paying for good art with, yeah, for crappy art, yeah. It's not a trade if one side is clearly better than the other. And, I mean, yes, 100%, unless you actually care about what's happening there, you know? Like, you could do something and be like, oh, I'm, like, obviously you're not at the artistic level that I'm at or anything like that, but you mixed Silverhawks, Thundercats, and a Beast Wars, and you know what? I'm interested in that. Like, I want to know what that's about, right? Because that little bit of inspiration might actually spark something for me. So, but not a lot of art trades in my life because I'm just like, you know what? No. I don't want your book. Although I did do an art trade at G.I. Joe Con. Person came by and was like, I want these 2 cards. And I'm like, all right, cool. I told him how much it was. And he's like, you willing to do an art trade? I have a booth where I sell G.I. Joes. And I'm like, what? You mean to tell me that I could take G.I. Joes without actually having to pay for them? Yes. 100%. Took a whole bunch of ninjas. It was awesome. Innovations of sculpts with a friend because I like the friend of their stuff. Exactly. Don't know if I do art trades. They're fine. I did one in Baltimore, right? I gave him my book. He gave me his book. I knew the person, and I was like, it's cool. But these are randos coming out of nowhere. Exactly. You're just like, all right, man. Like, who the heck are you? Please come on, they did not say their body type is like a door.
Am I lying?
Come on, don't that no.
No, we're not lying. Baron said that they are
No.
this is how they are inhuman because they are
Nope.
like almost all carbon copies of each other and they
Nope.
are flat and curveless. So they are basically built like a door.
Nope.
Like
Nope.
no chest, no butt,
Nope.
no muscles.
Don't care.
A door.
Nope.
That's what they said.
What-
I'm like, why would you want to have a character that looks like a door?
Nope. What you are saying does not compute.
That's ugly.
Body type like a door. Yeah, exactly.
That's ugly.
that does not compute with me at all. I mean, why not just say, oh, they're. I mean, I don't know if it's like they haven't. Just say they have no curves, right? Like, it's just.
No, that doesn't sound. Why don't you just pick like some teenage boy, like a flat just a girl or something? You don't make them look like a door.
A door.
A door looks bad. Oh my bad.
It's like, oh my god. I should have known. Yeah, Tyler. Should have known. How dare you? So much insults. Alright. I'm gonna stop with that before I ruin that. Because I'm gonna thin this out once it dries a little bit. Try and Push that down.
No one will play with me, and I love Doors, but Coach doesn't like it. He's scared of it. Abigail doesn't want to play any game with me.
What's Doors?
It's a really good game.
Are you lying?
I mean, I like it, but it's one of those games you keep playing. It does get boring after a while. But you're in this hotel, and there's monsters and stuff, and you just go through it, and you avoid the monsters, and then at the end there's a boss fight.
Oh.
Really?
Or my favorite is when an art friend will solicit character suggestions for a series of doodles they want to do, and people who ever never interacted with them.
We didn't know how to get that.
Or it's just their own characters for a free drawing. Of course, I love that. You I love how people always are trying to get that free drawing.
What free drawing?
Just any free drawing where they're just like, hey, you know, I've got this really cool character. You could draw it if you want. You know, like, and they're trying to get you to design their character because they have an idea and they're looking for a free drawing. Or when they come out of nowhere and they're like, hey, will you draw this? I'm like, no, I won't. And they're like, no, I'm good. I'm super. No, thank you.
Okay. Yeah, my thing about that free drawings is I love drawing people for free. I like drawing
And
people.
that's fair, and you have every right to want to do that, but
Well, no, I'm just saying, it's like, but usually I don't, like, they don't come up to me one because they sell stuff, you know. But, like, I do draw people. If I think you look good, I'll draw you. I don't care who you are. So, but if they're like, oh, I want that, I'll be like, okay. Like, maybe I shouldn't take random pictures of people so you can have it.
I mean, fair.
Make serotonin the opera. No, I didn't care for that. You should become an opera singer.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm like, that's not going to be hard at all.
Forgetting that they need stupid person like charcoal black. Wait, Mo. I just realized they're supposed to be shirtless. I thought they were wearing a black shirt. They're too dark. And then they have like the whitest hair ever. Like, man, come on. I know you've seen a black person before.
Draw it if you want. I heard that. Draw it if you want. Oh, yeah. That's a good one. You can draw it if you want. Like, thanks.
What'd you say, Mo?
But only if you want to. You don't have to, but if you want to. Yeah.
What's basics are? Yeah. And like this fucking black one. It looks crazy. It looks great for remote Vegas.
I'm confused.
Okay,
If it's about drawing what I want, I'll draw their thing.
you said you're confused, right?
I did.
See this demon? Spider? That's a
Okay.
black person.
Okay, that's a little bit much. That's some 1940s Looney Tunes depiction of black people.
Why is the one black person the least human?
Cause I mean, obviously, like obviously.
I don't know, man. That's fair. I remember they were toying with the idea of him being black.
Well, it still went.
So you know, maybe they're not black. You know, maybe they're not. Maybe they were. My favorite thing though is they'll try and make like a black character and then have all white references, and then wonder why it just looks like a white person with a serious stance. I'm like, because you didn't take reference from black people. You took reference from white people. White people look white. Like, what did you think was gonna happen?
How dare you? That's you. That is your friend.
Like,
But the story's not done yet, so it's okay. What I want is Mona Lisa with a ninjato doing a spinner and yelling yeet. That's a lot, man. That's very specific.
you know, if I made their clothes black, I don't want to make their face black. I don't know what it's wrong.
Like, it seems wrong.
It's like brown. Like, they are brown. It's just a very, very dark brown in the race. You can tell it's because their pants are black.
Okay.
And I'm like, this feels like blackface. Digital blackface.
Well, I mean, considering that all the references that were given were white people,
So,
that might be accurate.
so maybe I'll either leave their face white
And let me dig it up. What?
or I will,
Sweet. What's your cash app?
what's it called?
Krillin. Just kill the rules.
Or I'll just color them like a normal brown person instead of black. This guy's no, neither of you guys watch TikTok. I need to find
You need to find the people who watch TikTok for you.
those client numbers. Now there was this skin company, okay, like a foundation makeup company. There we go. And they made a foundation. They got in trouble for not being inclusive enough, so they made
Oh, dude, no, I remember that.
the one that was like literally black.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
And it was like, oh, wow. How did you go from one extreme to the others?
It's like, why would you actually make it black? What did you think you were gonna accomplish with that?
They're being inclusive.
It's cold.
Being inclusive to coal. Why, Tyler? Why?
Am I wrong?
Oh my goodness. They're being inclusive to coal. Jeez.
Sometimes you gotta speak the truth.
I mean, I guess. That truth hurt my feelings. There actually doesn't have that. Oh, you'd be surprised the kind of stuff that people will come out and say that they want, and then when you tell them, they're like, "Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, I can draw it for you, but that's gonna be like $500 because of what you want is craziness." They're like, "Oh, nah, man. My cousin, he draws too. I'll just ask him to do it."
See, I never understand like they get like they give that like my little cousin, he's 7 years old. He can actually draw just as good as you. Like,
Just
go
like-
ask him. I
just-
bet his prices are way lower than
Just
mine.
like you, I actually had someone. They were all about my work, and they were going on and on and on and on and on. And they're like, "All right, man, I'm gonna get commission from you." I'm like, "All right." And this is when my commissions were like tiny dollars. And they're like, "Yeah, I'm gonna." This is in San Diego. I'll never forget too. Black guy, no less, right? Hey, cuz, kind of thing. And then I was like, "All right, well, to do an 8.5 by 11 in full color, it's gonna be." I think it was like 120 or something like that. And then I was like, "What? Are you crazy? That's way too much money. My cousin draws just like you, man." I'm like, I don't understand. You know, I was like, "Do you honestly think that by trying to like insult me, I'm gonna lower my prices?" Like, "Oh, my bad. I'm so sorry. You're right. You have a cousin who's actually just as good as I am, so I should lower my prices just for you."
Yeah.
And it was like, because I definitely hit them with, "Well, then you guess you need to go ask your cousin then, huh?" Because we are clearly at an impasse, because I am not going to give it to you for any less than what I just quoted you.
Why can't I feel like every instrument perfect? And speak every language.
Oh my goodness. Your rates are $100. Jeez. I must be lowballing myself. You are. $100. That's what it was like 5 gazillion years ago. You charge $35 for what? For the stuff that you've been posting? You charge $35?
Be fun.
You better not. Don't answer that if the answer is yes. That's what I charge. Right now, if you want a digital illustration, period, it starts at $500. Starts. Starts
That's my favorite thing.
at $500.
I don't care. I'll put the ugly code right on there.
Yup.
I think
Exactly.
I'm fair to
You
take a
doing thing you having to draw. Okay. What? Wait. Okay. The project the church commissioned me and definitely paid me $100. That was mainly due to me having to draw architecture. Yeah, $50 for line art, $75 for monochrome, with shading, and $100 for full color. You ain't charging enough either. And I'm low. Yeah, you are. Also, for extra characters, yep. It's $35 is how much time spent. I'm just saying, look, man, I ain't got time. If I wanna do a full on illustration for $35, I might as well just go work at McDonald's, because my time will be better spent. Okay.
I keep hearing a different color red song, and I don't like that color. I don't like the original. I like Frank Sinatra, right? Isn't that the guy who sings it?
What song?
I don't know how it goes. I don't know any of that. Then I go, I spoil it all by saying something stupid like I love.
I was like,
He's by Frank Sinatra, and if it's not by him, I like his cover of it. The one thing I might have to put on my Christmas list is
Frank Sinatra CD?
no.
This is what I was like, what? What is happening right now?
It's a new Arctic markers.
Mmm.
Because these still work, but you know, brown is coloring. And when you go to meet
Yeah.
my markers, and they're just
Well,
colored.
there's a possibility
That's like possibility.
that you can use something from here.
I hope for it. I wish for it.
I just need to start doing something with it, because I got all that. Yeah, that's what I was getting at. $35 for anything more than an hour of work is less than minimum. Exactly. Don't know how to price my stuff. At a base, it starts with knowing how long it takes you. Yes, exactly. You need to know how long it's going to take you, and then you, if let's say, right, if you're like, look, it's going to take me, right, like it's going to take me, let's say 3 hours, right? You're like, it's going to take me 3 hours to do this because you've done the kind of thing often enough so that you know it's like, yeah, it's about three hours, right? What you bill for is at least 5, right? Because you don't know whether or not they're going to need revisions, or if you just made a mistake, or you got sick, or your kid got sick, right? And you're just like, oh man, I need a little bit more time or something like that. Especially if it's a project that takes way longer, like it takes days and stuff. If you're like, oh well, I can get that illustration done in like 3 days, well then you tell them it's going to take a week, right? You always want to give yourself a little bit more time, because something's bound to happen, and so the more time you can give yourself, the better. And it's just one of those ones that you'll start to be able to have money that works for the amount of time that you need to spend on it. So always, no matter what you think, whatever time you think you need, you always charge more. Always and 100%. Something needs to check out. Let's see what we got here. Oh, okay. Take a look at that. Rate calculator for artists. Like, yeah, I'm gonna check out that because I have a system. I have something that's in. It's for graphic designers, but it's very effective. It's just a document that I have.
Why can I not hear you anymore? Can you say whatever you said again? You're off speaker for some reason. You should put on an audiobook and then look at fan art. So did you figure out what the good hair?
I was like, okay, gotta add some. Can't find the original tag because it got deleted. Got hacked. Oh, that's a bummer. Now we have all the super black again. Going to bed? What?
Not even use that. I like traditional. I think honestly, I don't dislike digital. I just don't know how to use it, and I don't really draw enough to care to learn. Well, when I decide that I need to draw, I can draw with my sketchbook.
Very fair. I'm all for that. Yeah. Lose your other sketchbook. Again.
No, we didn't my leather one. That's the one I was carrying around with me. Yeah, a leather one. Not the first one I have. I have the original, but I don't have the new one that I got. Probably in the bag somewhere. I probably took it somewhere, and then I left it in there. I usually do. Did you send a picture of it? Oh. I thought you said you were done that already. Seems like you have a whole drawing screen
What's up, Mandala? Gonna start driving home. Alright, AG. Safe trip, man. How you doing, Mandala?
I was so confused when somebody commented on my video, like in the first 5 minutes I posted it. It's good when there's something and they don't mind it.
Here, learn it. Oh, how you doing?
I've been telling you to do that for forever. I've been telling you to do that since I've been telling you to make videos.
I think I want to post the thing on your computer. I should wait for it ever.
You should post. You get famous because everybody loves you. You say, oh my god, Mr. Missouri, I need to like that video right now. And then Obama's gonna see it and be like, wow, this person is so cool. I'm gonna invite them to my house and I'm gonna have dinner with
10 Billy.
And then he'll be, then you have 10 minutes.
Everything looks good. Looks and feels okay. Good.
Yeah,
Things
but
like
it's
sleeping
like-
and de-stressing, man.
This is perfect.
Yeah.
As for the sleep,
It's like, man. Yeah, I feel that.
on the Joe X Donuts, Joe X Donuts shit.
It's like, I feel that statement.
They say, will they survive this last or it will match dead? Those are so funny. I love those. Just like that Peppa Pig video was way more entertaining than Peppa. That was the best thing.
What, in the Demon Pepper Pig?
And even Peppa Pig, you wouldn't know anything watch it.
I couldn't watch all of it. No. I was wrong.
Elephant House, crazy, first thing you play.
I'm like,
I don't know, that's what Piggy should have been. Okay, my guy is bald.
does it get worse? Like,
I mean, it gets more gory.
yeah, but I mean, like, that thing ruined what Peppa Pig was supposed to be.
I know. I was so confused when I saw that.
So that's why I asked. I'm like,
It's
is it
not. It's like that.
It's
is
like-
definitely- It's like Evil Caillou.
because that got super dark in the very first like episode. It was just like darkness. You're like, oh, I am not ready. I can tell you that right now. I was like, I am so not ready for what
No,
this thing
it's
has to
not.
offer.
Peppa Pig and George Susie Sheep.
What? But they were friends.
Yeah, but
Peppa
Peppa killed her mom.
killed her mom.
Yeah.
Susie Sheep's mom?
Cause Susie Sheep's Mrs. Sheep was a homewrecker. And you wanna know what? She wasn't even pregnant. It was fake. So that Daddy Pig would leave Mommy.
Ooh. Yeah, deep story. It's like Peppa Pig Chronicles.
Why would you ever say don't look at him? I just like look at him, say, okay, here, and then I just make a random step out until it looks kind of as a
No dying.
It looks good. What scene are you talking about? No, this is one I don't know. I'm just kidding. No, why does it always do that? It's like, what, you wanna watch the stream that you put on? That's crazy.
No, you don't.
Like, that's what it does in my YouTube videos. If I put Daddy's videos, well, one time, I went into his channel, and I clicked in his videos, so I should only be getting his content. Tell me why the next day, when I go downstairs, I have been on 3 hours of white noise with a neon background. That is not anything close to his channel, nor anything close to anything I've ever interacted with on my YouTube account.
They're like, this is what you need.
I actually hate you. What? I'm gonna support this guy. No.
Actively hates me.
You don't know it. That's fine.
And it's really weird when all of a sudden people are like on YouTube. Like one day I had like 15 people watching on YouTube. I'm like, wait, why? And then it's like, oh, well, YouTube recommended us to be here. It's like, what? Really? I'm always surprised by that. I'm like, what? Really?
Okay, bro, I'm gonna give you my thing. I just colored it. I didn't make it. Except for the face, because I was like, I don't know, it seems a little. I'm still a little. I'm still a little pulled back from the super blackness. So I did a whole 180 and I was like.
Good night. Hello. Do 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 do. For your essay?
Yeah. You know, like all my other assignments.
You still coming tomorrow?
Yeah. I don't care. It will get done because it's me we're talking about.
Well,
No, we could, but it'll be done. Put your stream on. You wanna see a picture right here?
yeah. Aww.
Isn't she cute?
Okay. Well. Oh. Do 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 do. Oh, oh, crackles. Ooh. Oh, party foul. Too much water. Hmm. Do 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 do. Let that paint dry. Hopefully. Okay. So Mandala, what are you doing for dinner? You normally have all the good stuff happening. Ooh, I took one picture. Now I'm almost done. It's so bad. Well, it's not normal. It's just not a thing that I do, so I have to actively like remember. Like, oh man, I have to put a take a picture. Lost souls. this one out. No, 8's normally not that good. Gotta get the 10. 8's good in a pinch. 10 is where it's at. These gel pens. You're a crazy salesperson. Oh wow. That's cool.
Colors are so weird. I don't understand how they choose their colors.
They don't either. And like they don't know either, they just pick colors.
But I don't get it because they don't tell the story through the colors, right? And they don't look nice together. So
What's up, otherkin? What's going on? Right, they don't tell the
I
stories.
just don't get it. Also, you know what's really fun?
What's that?
I went to the back because it's my watercolor. So this is the last drawing, and this is the first drawing.
Oh my goodness. This is your creepy book.
I really love my drawing.
I think it's cool. I'm pretty sure that's not the I'm pretty sure that's not the angel she's looking for.
I think it's supposed to be demon.
Oh, it is?
Or hell and Haverton.
Oh, well, then that's exactly what you should be looking for.
She wants her to be humanoid. That's not humanoid.
It's alright. I'm starting episode 2 of my book. Oh, nice.
About this cool box in Microsoft lived for a long time. The dividers on the inside falling apart. But they're not falling out, so it's not like there's just a hole and they move around, but they're like falling over, so you can put the marker in the box, or use the two spaces
I don't know.
in the middle of the two spaces, and you can't put the marker there.
Otherkin, have you published episode 1? Is there a link that we can go to check it out? Here you go. Robot Ninja Doctor. Robot Ninja Doctor. I know. See, okay. I'm gonna push this one off to the side so it can dry a little bit. But so we started with this one, which I think is really cool, right? I'll post it right now. Actually, sweet. There's 4 or 5 episodes in a season, and there's 2 seasons. And we'll post a bit though. Yeah, you gotta let us see it. Did this one, and it has no dots. Must fix this injustice. I don't know when I'm gonna introduce the triad, but I'm so excited. Actually, I think I do know.
This video is so funny. Have you ever seen this video?
It's like, I think I do know, slowly. What?
Imagine getting your easy stomach from the cow.
Cow just straight up ganked it. There's a point in the story where it was gonna be someone else, but a group of people are hired to kill the Black Dragon, and I think it's gonna be the Triad now.
Oh yeah. That's cool.
So, ooh, it's gonna be fun. Anyway, so start with that, and we're doing these full figures, right? Which was fun. Then, well, still another full figure. Well, I need to post this. I still haven't yet to post my Halloween ninja. Yeah, I think now we're close enough. I'm gonna post my Halloween guy. Then I did this, which I thought was fun. Right, it's kind of a torso shot, which is kind of what I've been going with, but I got closer. Right, so I got really close to the head on these, and then I pulled back on this one. So I'm still, which I still need to put in the, but I'm really going, where should I do the head portraits like this, which I think are really cool, right? These really close portraits. Or do we pull back a little bit and we do the little torso shot? I think I'm gonna go with these heads though. They seem powerful. So, live and learn, people, live and learn. But little bit of chaos. Just big noises for no reason. Yeah, I like I said, I'm definitely on not like I can't get to this comic book page right now. Right, like it's there. I know exactly what I'm drawing in this one. Like,
Look, you're literally me right now. That's been my stupid essay.
I'm like, I know what I'm supposed to do. It's just the problem that I'm having is just motivation to draw, to want to put in the mental effort to make sure this page looks right. That's where I'm at. Where I'm like, oh, well, if I do this, it's not going to be that important, right? Like, it's important, but it's not that important. So,
Look, you get it. That's me with my essay.
yeah.
I know everything. I know all of my sources in and out, and I know exactly how I'm gonna lay out my essay. But I don't want to write an essay because that's a lot of work. Like, and it's stupid because I've already done all the work. All I have to do is tie it together, which I know how to do. But I just don't want to sit
Just
there
don't
and
want
write
to sit
it
there
out.
and do it. Yeah, I understand that. Alright, let me get the right proportion here. So,
Well, I'm not very. We don't gotta wait for me.
oh, it's blue! No! It's the wrong color. It's the wrong one.
So this
Yeah? I don't know.
is the one Mo drew last time. The last person Mo drew.
Okay.
And
So,
this that's the wrong person. This is what Mo came with.
oh, that looks great.
Mo's so good.
She. Your friend does not deserve that. And probably hates it. Like,
No, they like it.
oh, okay. And I was like,
Like I said, Mo did such a good job. My brain thinks he looks kind of Asian, but I don't mind. Okay.
hatred. Hater. I might erase her back.
Yeah.
And it's like, hate. Okay.
But Mo's so good.
She's really good. Does she want to be an artist? Or is it just.
I think Mo wouldn't mind doing it like on the side, but I don't think it could be like their main. Like,
Fair.
at least the last time we talked, I think it was something like that. Like, he wouldn't mind doing like commissions or having like an online art thing, but
Right.
not like I'm a full-time artist.
That's fair. Okay, so what we got? Neck here. What? Ah. Alright, I decided to just post pics of it instead. Oh? I was like, oh?
What should I draw? So I can have it for watercolor Wednesday. If I'm avoiding-
Where? Alright, you decided to post pics of instead. Where? Which, I mean, that unicorn was pretty sweet.
It was pretty good. I got almost 100 likes on it.
You're welcome. I have good ideas sometimes.
No, actually, that one turned out well. Usually I was second drawing to myself and I get
It was really good. No, it was like, wow, this is really good.
Hey, that's actually a horse. Maybe I should take from AI.
You should draw the headless horseman. No?
I've tried. I can't get that guy. I always try.
In your community post? Okay. You should post a link so the people over in Discord, not Discord, in Twitch can also follow you. Follow you, see it, that kind of thing. Okay, so no headless horseman. What about verified? What about you can do an angry leprechaun or troll guy, angry troll.
You know what I want to do one day?
What's that?
I want to do like a person drawing, like my normal style,
Mm-hmm.
but like with markers, because I really like markers. Like I like blending them. I like the way they work, but I don't necessarily understand color good enough, or like how markers layer to get like real people skin tones.
All right.
You know,
Yep.
I'd have to experiment.
Yeah. Exactly. That's what you have to do. Experiment. Be awesome. This might have to come further down a little bit.
That's what's mad.
Fast food. Yeah, we definitely need to do that. I was thinking about that today. I was like, oh, you know what? We still haven't yet to do that. And give me pot of gold back. Yeah, the angry leprechaun. Yup.
Oh, also an art distribution class I'm thinking about taking is intro to film.
Oh, that'd be fun.
That'd be pretty fun. When I'm there tomorrow, I'm just gonna go talk to people. Like, so, what about this? What do you think about this? And they'll be like, well, I actually don't teach that class. And I'll be like, well, what do you know about it?
It's like, that's great. I don't care.
What am I supposed to do? I don't want to major. I just want to know about the classes.
What? Yes, I had switched it. I didn't make mention of it this time because I was like, there it is, sleep time music.
I was too busy making Roblox and Aaron's characters.
Well, go to bed. Have school tomorrow. All right. Thanks for stopping in. Glad you made it to chapter 2. It's like, have a good night.
Oh, we have a JoJo Siwa costume at my store.
Oh, yeah?
The one for little kids is called JoJo, and the one for adults is called So-So's Tracksuit.
What? I don't know. Like I should be angry.
Oh, when I go for boba, when I come, when I leave, you want me to pick you up?
Well, I'm gonna be there myself.
Yeah, maybe say, ugh, I hate teenagers and I hate time.
Well, I mean, I wasn't gonna stick around because
I can't walk into the store with you because I'll be embarrassed forever. I remember that one time we went to 7-Eleven and the guy said we looked alike. I've never been so embarrassed in my
yeah.
life. That sounds funny. I say this all the time. Like, I think about it, just like, I don't, like, no offense.
No
You
offense.
guys look alike. And so my only question is, which one of us is ugly? Like,
Jelly. You're hilarious. It's like, which one are you offended by? Your name is what?
I got something from the Olympics. You remember that boxer who got punched? And it
And
said it wasn't fair because her opponent punched her too hard.
Too hard, yeah, yeah.
That's not nice.
Yeah.
And that she's actually a man.
Oh, she said the
The one who punched too hard is a man.
oh, was
No,
she? Oh,
Not at all.
yeah.
She's just messed up. And apparently this girl does that a lot.
She's like, I'm just a boxer.
Yeah. Well, and I'm so happy that they took her. Like, how are you gonna go to boxing and then get mad when you get punched?
You got punched in the head, yeah.
I can't believe
Stop hitting me.
that is not fair.
Ah! Still one.
It's your favorite sculpture.
Oh gosh. Oh, that thing.
The poop sculpture.
And it's like,
I don't understand art.
it's like, and to make matters worse, it's worth $1 quadrillion.
And Lily, right now. That's a deal. It's on clearance.
It should be on clearance. Really?
At the thrift store.
I can understand how you would think that it was rigged, Skip, since you kept punching me in the back and then still lost.
I don't have any screenshots of people I want to go on my phone. I have you in the ice room. I don't think you go after the ice room.
Fine. Fine. Fine.
It's the stained glass thing. That makes it
So very rigged. What?
The evil cigarettes. The cigarettes with the like consequences.
Oh yeah, that's still bananas to me. I'm like, this just got pictures of death.
They're just on there, like.
And like, whatevs. But what kills me is that they're walking around. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
they just got these packets of like,
It's like, yeah, I don't care.
you're like, yeah, what are you gonna do?
No, I cannot tell you how happy I was when I got that tasted. And then there was the designated smoking last again. I didn't even realize how good I had it till I didn't have it.
Till you were in places where people could smoke wherever they felt like it.
Yeah. I'm so happy. Ooh, Albert Einstein. Alberto Einstein. Well, I deleted like 200 photos today, and it still says I don't have enough space on the phone.
I don't know what you did to upset Google, but
I don't know. It makes me really angry. Because I just want it to be heavy. Oh, that's not a good photo of me. Think you want to do it?
yeah, of course.
My German best friend took this.
Yeah, that might not be the best picture of you.
And that's the Courtney John's favorite. You ever go to Germany? Or if we just draw with me, we gotta go to Germany. Though. We should definitely just have a day where we just go around and draw stuff.
Yeah. I would like that. Oh, and it's super fighting sleep. Like, yeah. That happens sometimes, big man. Happy birthday. It's what? Oh. Happy, and that's what you happy birthday.
Happy birthday to the person who got my wig, my hair.
Ah.
I don't get to see that for no reason. Oh, and that's when I had a sty. You know what I have to show you?
What's that?
The image that Google Photos says I am.
What does it say you are? Are you a minotaur?
I'm not a minotaur. Look what it says I am.
Oh.
No, let me see the photo.
Never.
That's me versus Farron's cat.
Oh, that one. Where you royally got messed up.
Pink. I don't know which one I am, but here, we can see.
Oof. Yeah, you were not happy that day.
I was happy.
Yeah,
My eyes were.
yeah, well,
I thought it was funny.
you did, which was upsetting.
You know what's fine? My face was just a little swollen. It's not that serious.
Like, but it was that serious.
Clearly, no, man. Like, I'm fine. Ooh.
Bomb. Okay, get rid of this. That wraps.
How'd you do this?
Huh?
You want my favorite pictures of Zebra.
That dog.
Why does he look like this?
He's just happy to be with you. That is it. That dog is just, he's like, I'm happy that you are here. It's like, and that is it. It's like, I approve the work. I'll be getting the finishing touches done today. That's nice. Sweet.
I did one thing.
It's one thing more than you did before.
I actually did two things. That's pretty good for me. Well, one of them might have been out of sheer boredom.
Maybe.
Because I don't draw enough anymore, so I can't really draw without reference. Like, I can draw like my three things that I've drawn so many times I can always draw it, you know?
Yeah.
But that's about as far as it goes. And just drawing goes over and over again. It's boring.
Fair.
So, I pulled out my phone to get a reference to draw something in class. Because my class was that boring.
It's pretty bad. But like I said already, your class today was. Whew, it hurt. Hurt me when I came around. I was like, ooh boy, that's boring.
I don't.
Yeah.
You gotta know that class is not talkative if I'm the one who carries the class half the time.
true.
That's the one thing. Like, I hate going to breakout rooms.
Ugh, I hate breakout rooms.
Sometimes, like, even if you talk, they just won't talk back.
Right.
Today, I don't know, I was so out of it today. I didn't care. But usually I'm the person I have to like start up. I'm like, so you guys actually want to work on this together, or just compare answers? Or sometimes they'll ask questions, and they're like, yeah, I don't really know either, and then we just don't talk anymore. And I'm like, guys, like, and it makes me mad because like for the warm-ups, I'm like, I don't know if I'm good at math or if you guys just don't want to talk.
Right.
You know, and it makes me really mad because I will give you the answers. I'm done. Like, I will give you every answer. I just need you to talk to me.
It's like, I'll
I
give
don't
you.
care. I don't care. I don't care how you pass statistics. I don't care if you pass statistics. Just stop being weird.
Never.
And that means a lot coming from me.
It does.
Because we all know that I barely talked to anyone for the past 30 years of high school.
You are not the talkative one, though.
So that really says a lot about that.
Sounds about right, though. You know, he was like,
FYI, 70% of learners, I'm not doing that. The 70% of learners who sync their contacts find friends on Duolingo. Why would I need friends on Duolingo?
they're trying to, they're fishing for more people.
I know, but why would they? I don't care. I don't like you. You turn into a capitalist scum. I hate you. I'm sorry, they keep adding cool stuff. And, like, they are trending their app. But every day
course.
something is behind a paywall. And I'm like,
I'm
you're
just
making your
like-
app unusable.
Gosh, you probably should retail figure out what you should. You definitely should. Like, yeah, you're not charging enough. Just in general. That's the problem. It's too high.
Generation to exist ever, and they uncommunicate and brain rot, and we've actually failed as an entire society.
And wow, as an entire society.
Well,
That's a lot. That's harsh.
I'm like, guys, they're not even that stupid. Like, I'm like, I'm not an educator, so I'm not gonna sit here and say they're not stupid. But as someone who has interacted with kids for a very long time, they're fine.
Yeah, they are
They
fine.
really are fine. So what? They like to give it away.
Right. Because you can't.
Top 10 things Disney doesn't want you to know. Are you gonna sit here and tell me that's not weird?
Like you can't. The thing is that you get these old people, and that's what they are. They're just old people complaining about things that they don't understand, which is fine. You know, like I don't necessarily get toilet face man, right? Like I don't understand that, but it entertains them. It makes them happy. So what? Who cares? Pencils down. Is time's up? Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't really know what Scooby Flow is, to be honest. I thought it was just a song for a long time. I didn't know it was a show.
It's a show?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Like a YouTube series. Not a
Oh.
show.
Oh, okay. This eye is bigger. I have to raise this up a little bit. Just bear with me for a second. I know you said pencils down, but I'm seeing an issue, and I should fix it first before I just bounce out and be like, it's all right. So just bear with me. Bear with just a sec. Yeah. Times there. So we got another one drawn up with the Dark Monk. And then we'll get another one drawn and try definitely have 2 or 3 of them ready to go. And then we finished our robot doctor, ninja doctor. So there's that. Ouch. So, thank you all for coming and hanging out today. It was very, very chill, which is exactly what I needed, so thank you very much. It means a lot that you would come out and just be here, say something every now and then. Thank you very much. I needed it today just to be able to just chill and draw and talk to you guys and stuff like that. So thank you very much. Wednesday we'll be doing more Watercolor Wednesday because that's what we do on Watercolor Wednesday. And then, yeah, I will be getting back to pages, I promise. It's just today was not going to happen. So, yeah. Hey, I just wanted to pop in and say hi before I call it a night. I feel like I'm grown up now. I'm up past 9. Alright, well, thanks for coming in, Carla, and good night. But, yeah, like I said, thanks again. You guys are awesome. And I'll definitely, like I said, definitely be back on Wednesday with some more watercolor stuff because it's fun. It's fun and I like doing it, so yeah. Thank you. And remember, always remember, born a ninja, die a ninja. And I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Alright. See ya!
The Ninja Empire is supreme, dominant, and unstoppable. Our ninja spirit is fueled by fire and driven by razor-sharp determination. When we take on a mission, we must succeed or die. Our style is unique and deadly, and no one wants to suffer the wrath of the Ninja Empire.